Hello and welcome to Minukuu tutorials. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to free up space on your Windows PC. So basically, as you can see, this is actually a screenshot of my Windows Explorer of this particular PC that I took yesterday, and I was totally out of space. Okay, I was left with just 570 megabytes out of 105 gigabytes. So my C drive was totally out of space. Okay, and I was a bit troubled. I searched almost everywhere trying to resolve this particular problem, but I finally figured it out, and I'm going to show you how I was able to restore over 40 GB. Let me show you. As you can see, this is actually my PC today. If I should click on this PC and click on, as you can see, my C drive, I was able to retain or regain over 40 GB. So I'm going to show you quickly how I did that. Okay, now in order to free your C drive, the same thing applies to other disks provided, but it's usually your C drive that often runs out of space, because your C drive is where a lot of temporary files are stocked. Let's say app cache data, a lot of things are actually stored in your C drive. Your downloads folder is there, your recycled bin, your documents folder. There are a lot of things. Your Windows is even running, your Windows cache data. Each time your Windows is updated, all the Windows cache data are stored in a folder called your software distribution folder. And all these cache data must be deleted if you want to free up space on your disk C. So, but there are several methods, and I'm sure you might have already gone through a lot of them on the internet or on YouTube. I equally did same, because I was running out of space. I did not know what to do. I even installed a disk cleaner called C Cleaner, but it couldn't solve the problem. So I finally figured it out, and I'm going to show you how I did it. Please follow this particular tutorial till the end, and I'm sure you can also regain, if not 40, but at least a lot of space, even on your PC. Okay, so please watch till the end. Now, the first thing that you could do for the very first time is to empty your recycle bin, empty your downloads folder, and if possible, delete certain files that you may not need within your documents folder. Because most of the times when we delete files, these files are not permanently deleted unless you have pressed on the shift key before the deletion. If you just delete a file, it goes into your recycle bin, and your recycle bin with time is going to get full and full and full, and it's going to take a lot of space within your C drive. Alright, so let's simply do this preliminary step, and that's it. So simply go to your desktop, or you could search within your start menu, look for recycle bin. So I simply open my recycle bin here, and I press Ctrl A to select everything that is within it. Press the shift key, press delete, and hit enter, and everything is gone. Now, after deleting the files that are in your recycle bin, also click on this PC, and then you come to your downloads folder, click on downloads, and you realize that probably there are certain files that you downloaded. Sometimes setups, you download a setup, after installation it remains there, or sometimes you have a lot of files that you've downloaded and actually you don't read all these files. So if you want to delete everything, as usual, press Ctrl A to select everything, and then you press the shift key and press the delete button, and then hit enter to delete everything. If you don't want to delete everything, then you could press the Ctrl key and select one by one the files that you want to delete. After selecting them, press the shift key, press delete, and hit enter to delete the files. Now, after deleting these files in your downloads folder as well as your recycle bin, you could also consider deleting some files in your documents folder. So you simply open the documents folder right here, and then you could look through, which, for instance, I use Active Presenter to make a lot. And actually, this particular video that I'm making, I'm actually using Active Presenter. So I might have a lot of cache data and unnecessary data within Active Presenter that I would have to delete. So I simply open, for instance, Active Presenter, and I delete the data that is in it. As soon as I start to use Active Presenter again, it's going to store some data with time in my documents folder. So you could do this. Now, after deleting these files, you could simply come and click on your Windows Explorer here, click on this PC, refresh, and see whether you have been able to regain some space. Now this might not solve your problem, especially if all these folders, be it your recycle bin, was already empty, your downloads folder as well as your documents folder were already empty. After doing this, you are not going to retain a lot of space. So let's move on to the next step. The next step consists of deleting your temporary files. Okay, so to delete your temporary files, you could simply come to your start menu. For instance, to delete temp files, simply come to the start menu, come and press, let's say, shift. Okay, just simply press shift, and then, okay, it depends on the kind of keyboard that you are using. I'm using QWERTY, so for QWERTY to get percentage, I simply press on shift and 5 to get my percentage. Whichever way you get percentage sign is okay, and then you write temp for temporary files, then you hit percentage again. Now this actually selects your temporary files folder. Now you open this particular folder and it contains a lot of temporary files. You press Ctrl and A to select everything, press the shift key, press delete and hit enter, and it will delete all these temporary files. Of course, there are certain files that you cannot delete, so you simply check this particular box and say do this for all current items. You cannot delete current items, and after which you press skip so as to skip these current items that you cannot delete. Now you could also delete your Prefetch folder. Okay, so to do that, as usual, you come to your start menu and write percentage prefetch percentage to select the prefetch folder, or you could also run go to the what you call the run prompt. So you press the Windows key, press R, and it opens the run prompt, and over here you look for prefetch. So you write prefetch and then you select it, write prefetch here, and then click OK, and also displays all your temporary files within your prefetch folder. Simply click Ctrl A to select everything, press the shift key, press delete button and hit enter, and it deletes everything. Of course, there are certain current files that you cannot delete, so you check this particular box and press skip in order to skip all the current files that you cannot delete. Now after emptying your prefetch temporary files folder as well as your temp folder, you could simply come to your Windows Explorer, refresh, and after refreshing, click on this PC and examine your C drive to see whether you have been able to retain some or regain some amount of space. If it's not still significant, please stick to all the subsequent procedures that I'm going to show you till the end, and I'm sure you'll be able to retain, if not 40 GB like I did, but at least some amount of space for yourself. So after emptying this temporary files folder, what you could also do is to delete your Windows cache data. Usually as time goes by, anytime you are connected to Wi-Fi, Windows tries to update itself. Now after updating itself, all old versions of Windows are stored in what we call software distribution folder within your Windows folder. So you have to, from time to time, you have to empty this particular folder, else you have a lot of cache or old versions of Windows stored in your software distribution folder. Now to delete this particular folder, simply come and click on, come to your Windows Explorer as usual, come and click on this PC. Now come to your C drive, come and open it, and then click on Windows. When you open your Windows folder, scroll down till you find software distribution. Now open the software distribution folder here, and if you find any data at all within it, press the Control key, press A to select everything, press the shift key and press delete to make sure you delete all files that you find within the software distribution folder, but they are simply old versions of Windows that we don't need. Now, after doing this, you could also run disk cleanup. Okay, so to do that, I already have my disk cleaner pinched to my taskbar, so it's right here. Else you could come and search for it here. Come and write disk cleaner. Okay, or is it cleanup? Disk cleanup. So disk cleanup. Okay, and you find this cleanup, you simply open the app. I have it pinned to my taskbar, so I'll simply open it here, and by default it selects your C drive. You could do this for any drive you want of your choice. In case it's your disk D or any of the partitions that is running out of space, simply click on this drop down menu and select the appropriate disk. In my case, by default is C, and it's actually my C drive that was running out of space. So I simply click OK, and then it's going to display a couple of files that I can delete. So I simply make sure I check everything, check all the boxes, or you could also read through. If you feel like there are certain things that you may need, then you don't delete them, but I usually delete everything. So I check all the boxes, click OK, and then you click delete, and you delete all these temporary files, okay, from your C drive. You'll do the cleanup process and delete everything. Now, after doing this, what else can you do? You repeat, make sure you do several iterations to make sure you free a lot of space. So simply repeat the process, click OK. Okay, then make sure you check all the boxes, click OK, hit delete, and it deletes everything. So after several iterations, maybe 5 or 4, you're able to retain regain some amount of space. Okay, now after doing this cleanup, you could also optimize your C drive. Okay, now to do that is also very simple. Come to a Windows Explorer, come to this PC, and when you have your C drive displayed here, right click on your C drive and click on properties. Now when you click on properties, you come and click on tools and click on optimize. Hit OK, yes, and after optimization, you're gonna retain some amount of space. Now apart from this, what else can we do? Let's continue. Sorry for that. What else can we do? We could also try to flash your DNS. Okay, so to flash your DNS cache data is also very simple. Open the run prompt or the command prompt or whatever. Press the Windows key. If you want to access the command prompt, there are several ways of accessing the command prompt. You could simply come to the start menu and come and type CMD for command prompt, and then you right click on the app and click run as administrator. Now when you click run as administrator, then you hit yes. Now you have your command prompt displayed here, and you simply come and flash your DNS cache data. To flash your DNS cache data, you simply come and say ipconfig space / then you say flash fush DNS and hit OK. Okay, hope I did not make a mistake. Sorry, I made a mistake. ipconfig, so ipconfig, okay, space / flash. I think flash is, I guess it's this way, DNS. It's saying what? Successfully flashed DNS resolver cache. Okay, so this is also another way of regaining some amount of space. After every process, make sure you come to your start menu. In my case, I have actually freed my PC totally. Like I told you, this was actually my PC yesterday, and this is its current state. So that's why you are not seeing any change or improvement on my C drive. But please make sure you follow these steps, and I'm sure you're gonna also regain, if not 40 GB, but maybe more or less, but at least significant amount of space if you follow all these steps. So please continue watching the video. Now, after flashing your DNS cache data, what else can we do to free up space? Usually, sometimes you have some extraordinarily big files that you may not need within your C drive, okay, or any of your drives that may be taking up the space. So you make sure you come and click on this particular drive, and then you come to the search box here and come and type size.gigantic. I said size column gigantic. You know, it just showed up. It's actually here, size column, then write gigantic. So this will actually help you. Size, sorry, is here. Okay, now is when you select size.gigantic, it's actually going to search and bring out all mega files, you know, very extremely huge files, and you look at them. If you don't need some of them, meanwhile they are taking a lot of space, you simply delete them. Okay, it's actually searching, so just skip or cancel it, and let's go to the final step. Now the final step consists of what? Deleting cache and temporary data from your app data folder. Now you realize that most of the time when you run a lot of apps, in my case I'm using, for instance, Active Presenter to make this particular tutorial for you. After running using Active Presenter for some time, Active Presenter is going to save a lot of temporary files, you know, within its within a folder, within the app data folder. So first of all, let's open your app data folder. If you want to access your app data folder, use percentage, then you write app data, APPDATA. You write percentage again to access your app data folder, and you simply double click here to open your app data folder. Now when you open your app data folder, you realize that in my case I don't have a lot of apps installed on my PC, but if you're a type who have a lot of apps on your PC, you might not have the time to delete cache data from each and every one of them. So you simply make sure you look for the particular app that you frequently use and open it. For instance, I frequently use, let's say, Active Presenter. So I simply open Active Presenter, and when you open it, you either find temp for temporary files, and you delete all the files within this particular folder. Press Ctrl A to select everything. Press the Shift key, press delete, and then hit yes to delete everything. In my case, I don't want to delete them because I'm currently using Active Presenter to make this video. I don't want to delete these temporary files. If you don't see temp, you might see cache. So you simply also open the cache folder and delete everything that is in it. And you do same for all the other apps that you frequently use. If you don't also want to, sometimes it might be hard locating the cache data folder within this particular within the particular folder of your app. So for example, if I should open Adobe and I realize that it's hard to, I don't know where to click to find temp or cache data folder, one option you could consider is deleting the whole folder for this particular app. So let's assume I no longer want Adobe. I simply delete Adobe, and it will just take away all the junk and all the cache data, all the temporary files that Adobe has been storing all over the years within my PC. This was what I actually did to free up the 40 GB. What I did was that I never knew that, I realized that each time I use, let's say, Active Presenter, after making a video, I lose a lot of space within my C drive, but I didn't know why. It was today that I discovered it. So when I opened Active Presenter, and then I clicked on Active Presenter and I opened this particular temp file, I realized that this temp file was full. As you can see, it's becoming full again. you know. So which means each time I use this app, my Active Presenter is going to store more and more and more of these temporary files to take up a lot of space. So what I did was I just deleted all the files within this temp folder, and after doing that, I was able to save over 40 GB. So I'm not kidding, this was actually what I did. This was what saved me. In your case, you might not be using Active Presenter, probably you are using another app. So you do same. If you open the file and you don't see a temp, you might see what catch. If you don't see any of them, just consider certain frequently used apps. If these particular apps are not bought, in other words, you did not buy them, they are simply, or let's say they are apps that are not sold, they are just free apps that you can install in time of your choice, you simply make sure you delete them. For instance, if I don't want this particular app, I press the shift key, select it, press the shift key, press delete button, press enter and delete it. After deleting it, it will go with all the cache data it has stored over the years. And I simply go to the internet and look for the particular app and install. And you'll be able to save a lot of space. This was my PC yesterday. This is a screenshot that I took, and this is my PC today with a lot of space. In this particular tutorial, you did not see me regaining enough space because I've already freed my PC. But this is a secret that I've shared with you. This is what I did to gain over 40 GB. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this works for you. Please subscribe to Minukuu Tutorials. Bye.